Okay. Question, Steve.
Well, how much better does 10-8 sound and feel than 9-9? Because I know you always want to win that game 3. So, what's the emotions like right now for you and the team?
Yeah, I think they're high. I mean, we've been on the other side of that a couple times. So I think for us to feel like, hey, we got one back on our side, and I feel like we played really good all day. We probably weren't super offensive, but it wasn't a real offensive day in the ballpark with the wind and everything. I give the guys a lot of credit for staying in the fight.
Robbie? The last inning was kind of bad luck on where they hit the ball, but the decision there to go with Downs there in the 7th and then getting picked off. And what did you see right there on that play?
Just super aggressive. I mean, he's a twitchy athlete. I'm thinking we're going to need a down angle or a base hit to score. I put our fastest base runner. Got 100 more times, it won't happen. It just happened to be that one time. Nobody feels worse than Aaron Downs, but he's a really good base runner, and he's a great athlete.
And can I follow up? The big hit there from Connerman, how relieved were you to see that one fall? And what did you see in that at bat from him to get that hit?
One, I didn't see it. I got bad eyes, and that when it starts going shade, I just saw the third baseman dive. But what he did is he really laid off the slider early. You know, if you notice, he took 2 really pretty good pitches to get ahead 2-0 and made him kind of put that slider in the zone. And boy, how about the last couple innings for him? I mean, he got us going in the 7th, those 3 hits in a row, and then the big hit there. He had a really good day.
Chris?
Heard you in the dugout say 2 out of 3 ain't okay. You got to get this one. I guess, what do you make of the response from your guys after that when you're down 3-1?
Well, I just, this mentality sometimes with kids, it's like, oh, we got the weekend, and it's, no, we're trying to get every game. We're still fighting to gain something back, So it's not okay. That's been the challenge. Once we won the first game, it's not okay. This was independent of that's why we give our shirt, because it's never about a weekend or get 2 out of 3. It's just the next game, and that's the way we're trying to play it.
Steph?
We've seen Tyson, obviously struggle to find some consistency last season, early this season. Go out there and give you those innings that you got at the end of the game there. What did you think and of that performance and kind of how he's molded himself into what he's been the last couple times out?
He was the MVP of the day. I think he comes in and gets the big out, and then he just dominates there in the second game. He's made a big jump. You say last season, he ain't even that. It's a 2-seamer, it's power, it's a cutter, it's confidence. And when we got him, he was kind of going from like a hitter to a pitcher. So, his history of pitching isn't as much as some of the other guys, and he's developing into one of the better relievers on our league.
Steve?
We talk a lot about Logan Kohler. Heading to the weekend, he was second only to Marshawn in chase rate. Did you feel like it was just a matter of time before he had a weekend like this? Because it seems like he had more confidence every time he stepped to the plate.
Yeah, it was great. I went, all right, do we bunt here or we hit here? And he goes, I want to effing hit. And I said, all right, here we go. Because I wasn't sure. Then you end up walking and you're at the back end of your lineup. You don't know what you're bunting. Sometimes when you bunt, you don't know what you're bunting into. We're bunting into a freshman who's got about 10 at-bats. A good freshman. But I was excited to hear him say, hey, Coach, I want to hit. 3 weeks ago, he may not have said that, but he's feeling good about himself right now and playing good. He's a good player. That's what we need in our lineup. We need the Logan Coles. We've had a couple of guys just have okay years, and hopefully they'll have great finishes.
Benjamin?
A little tricky, I'm sure, managing the pitching staff just with a lot of the lefties in their lineup. And what was the process, just some of the conversations between you and Coach Parker rather than about picking the matchups effectively there?
Yeah, that lefty stretch was hard. We used TD a little bit. We could have used him again today. I thought Nolan Stevens did a great job his time through there. But, you got to be careful with Schulke in that, especially because you got the wind blowing down that corner. That's where he'll get pop-ups. That's why we brought Tyson in the first game, because it's the sinker, trying to keep it down and give yourself a chance. But, it's really not that hard to manage a pitching staff when Cal Stevens gives you 8 on Friday night, Drangelo goes 6 2/3. It lets you in that last game have a lot of options.
Robbie?
Amani's been kind of struggling at the top of the order. For him to get that double there, I know he got it out third base, but to get that double and kind of lead off the inning, I mean, how big do you think that could be for his confidence moving forward?
Well, I hope it's big. I mean, he's a really good player, and I know people probably get frustrated. And, I still got him there. I trust him. We need him. I mean, he's such a high on-base percentage guy when he's hitting it around 300, because he gets on, he walks, he can bunt, he can steal, he can do a lot of things. He's just, been a little funky lately. I hope that helps him get moving the right way.
Steph?
You said you're never really too relaxed, but going into 2 7-inning games and knowing you had Durangelo in the first one, I guess just how confident were you in the ability to kind of hold the pitching staff and be able to have a lot of guys available in game 2?
Well, I didn't want to play. Nobody wants to play the 2 7s. All day long, I'm trying to get that game in yesterday. Obviously, it didn't work out. So you wake up knowing you're going to play these 2 tight 7-inning games. Coach Polk, when you got the better pitcher, it's better to play 7 innings. And I guess he was right. That's why he has so many wins, because Durangelo was awesome. I mean, and probably could have finished it, but and Schulke comes in and makes a great pitch to that one guy. We just have a luxury with Cam down there, and he's so tough. So,
Steve.
Trying to figure this Sunday pitching out, but Brooks, a start today, and was really good for a while, and then it kind of got away from him. What did you see from him today, and maybe what do you expect from him kind of going forward?
Well, I thought he was great for 3 innings. I thought he was great last week for 3 innings. I really challenged him afterwards that I think he's better. I think he can go farther. Sometimes it's here. I don't know if it's stamina. I'm not seeing the stuff drop off. It's just, we got to be able to keep our focus level as high as we can. I know he hadn't trained for it as much as some of the other kids, and I think we have a couple candidates coming around. I think Pico, we saw a really good Pico on Tuesday night. We got him to about 45 pitches. I think Nolan Stevens can do it. So I don't know how we play our weekends. I know TBD's been a hell of a player for us over the years. So everybody's excited when they see that. But, we take it week to week and matchup to matchup.
David.
There in the last couple of innings with the base running, with some of the bad breaks, the guys with the season they've had, things could have just gone south, but they stayed with it and made the plays happen in the last inning to get a game that they really had to have.
Yeah, they did. They're tough. I mean, our journey has not been easy, and sometimes when you go through that and you watch teams grow, I'm hoping today helped us grow again, because we got a good group and we can do some special things. Like I said, we're kind of still waiting on a couple guys to join the party. I mean, there's just a couple guys that, man, if they start playing a little bit better, man, we could be a team to reckon with.
All right, thank you.